course.
Where is that, Gabriel? Shayna, welcome.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Now,
Shalom.
you got to be louder than that. Shabbat Shalom. There we go. That's better. You're here. You're present. Welcome. It's so good to have you here. It's good to have you here and you here joining, whether here in person or here online streaming in. Wonderful to be with you tonight. I don't know about you, but I recognize that perhaps some of us may be a tad spiritually exhausted. I'm just going to name it. After the last many days of intense focus and prayer and lifting up of our spirits, or maybe you're feeling spiritually uplifted in this moment after having come through the cycle of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and with the beautiful music and time for reflection and renewal, you're feeling renewed and refreshed and restored. But either way, whether you're somewhere on the spectrum between exhausted or refreshed and renewed, it's Shabbat, and you're here, and then we get to take a break and take a little bit of time to take some breaths. Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Come, let us sing, let us give thanks and praise for this beautiful day, this beautiful space. We have to pray in this beautiful company. Up here on the bima, we have Gabe Lerman. You may recognize him, but you may have known him when he was like this big, because he grew up here. We have, of course, Cantor Jamie Spall, our inimitable Fred Ross Perry, Be'eri Moalim. I'm Rabbi Heath Wattenmaker. We'll be joined in a minute by Rabbi Jonathan Prosnett as well. And we're so thrilled to have you with us here or here, wherever you may be watching from. It's good to be with you on this beautiful Shabbat evening. Let's bring a little bit of light in as we celebrate Shabbat, and as we celebrate with the members of our adult B'nai Mitzvah class who are celebrating their B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow. So I'll call up all of our adult B'nai Mitzvah and their families as well to lead us in candlelighting. We're on page 2 or 120.
Oh, with the family.
Yeah, and family. Yeah. All right. You can go matches or lighter thing. Great. Go for it. There you go. all to stay up here. And if one of you wants to grab the Kiddush cup for our blessing over our Shabbat wine or juice, we're on page 5 or 123. Here, come up to the front. Yasher Koach and Mazel Tov to our 5 B'nai Mitzvah and their families, of course, as well. Let's keep singing. We're on page 20 or 138 with our song welcoming Shabbat as if it were a bride, L'cha Dodi. Shabbat. called to worship. All serious activity requires preparation. The prayers and blessings that precede Baruch Hu are warm-ups for the individual. Now communal prayer begins. The leader asks, "Are you ready to pray?" And we respond, "Yes, let us pray." Baruch Hu is on page 28 or 146. We're on page 31, at the bottom of the page. Let's read together. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Sing this song now for Ahavat Olam, prayer of love.
We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us
words of Shema on page 34 or 152. Seated. The haftas on page 36 or 154. And to lead us, our newest teachers of Torah, next week's Benot Mitzvah, Rachel Harris and Zoe Makamal. Please come up.
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continue on page 40 or 158. Micha Mocha.
Come on,
page 42 or 160. We ask God to lie us down in peace and rise us up to a sense of life renewed, that we might approach each new day with a sense of awe and wonder, and go to bed at night with a sense of peace. Hashkivenu's on 42 or 160. We are called to keep and observe Shabbat. We have 2 Shabbat candles. One is meant to remind us to keep, and the other to observe, to guard Shabbat as a covenant for all time. Veshamru, page 44 or 162.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם.
Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. If you are able, I invite you to rise as we turn to HaTefilah, the prayer service piece of our service this evening, the Amidah, our standing prayer, as we turn to page 46 or 164 and begin together. We'll sing these opening words that whatever words we utter, even if they're private prayers deep in our hearts, they might be words of praise or at least words of engagement of that which is bigger than ourselves. We'll begin together the first few blessings and then have some time for our own private prayer as well. Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu,
Elohei Abraham,
Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka,
Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora,
El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula לבניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, עזרת שרה. Page 50. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחלקי חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים, רופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. 52.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Continue to ourselves through page 63 or 181 or whatever prayers are on your mind or in your heart tonight.
page 62. Also 180 for those of you online.
Elohai nitzol shoni mera usvatai midaber mirma vilim kalalai nafshi tidon benafshi keafar lakol tie Elohai 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 nitzol shoni mera usvatai midaber mirma Vilim kalalai nafshi tidon benafshi keafar lakol tie Elohai 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 nitzol shoni mera usvatai midaber mirma Vilim kalalai nafshi tidon benafshi keafar lakol tie Elohai Elohai
That was so beautiful. What a beautiful singing of Psalm 34. My God, guard my speech from evil and my lips from deception. Before those who slander me, I will hold my tongue. I will practice humility. Beautiful charge for this Shabbat. I invite you to turn to page 253. Despite the joy of Shabbat and the joy of holidays and family coming together, we know that there are many who come to our service in need of healing or thinking of someone in need of healing. We'll offer our prayer together.
The ones before us
you're thinking of someone in need of healing, I invite you to share their name out loud at this time, whether you're here with us in person or following us virtually. The Beth Am community sends prayers of healing to David Ben-Ami, Ginny Anderson, Jerry Blum, Mason Easley, Arlene Gillian, Selena Glader, Rick Gross, Diana Guthoner, Leah Hallett-Carrito, Barbara Heikim, Irving Holzberg, Dorothy Huper, Moritz Huper, Marvin Jones, Joan B. Carlin, Wendy Levine, Eshra Ozturk, Eileen Peak, Jonathan Sachs, David Baruch Ben Simona, Donna Spanger, Patrick Thomason, and Nicole Gent Wickenheiser. If you joined our community on the high holidays, you no doubt got to hear some amazing reflections on the high holidays by some of our Beth Am congregants. This Friday night, we're going to do the same. We're going to hear a Devar Torah by a Beth Am congregant, Dan Rubin, a former member of the Beth Am Board of Directors, partner with Upstart Bay Area and the Shalom Hartman Institute as well, and just a wonderful person. So it's a delight to ask you to turn to your screens, and we'll hear words of wisdom from Dan.
On Rosh Hashanah it is written, and on Yom Kippur it is sealed. How many will pass on, and how many will be born? Who will live, and who will die? I never liked these lines. Really? I'm a Jew in a Reformed congregation who relishes Judaism's encounter with modernity. I'm proud of our religion's acceptance of science and how we strive to understand the laws of nature and the laws of physics. Who in good time and who by untimely death? I never understood those lines. There's a higher power that controls our fate during the high holiday season. I said these words during services, reminding myself that today, Jews around the world are also saying these words, but while doing so, I wrestled with the appropriateness of saying something that I wasn't signing up for. However, 4 years ago, something happened that gave me the opportunity to think about this prayer and the high holiday season in a different way. I never before appreciated the power of these lines. On Rosh Hashanah morning in 2017, I abandoned my usual job of greeting fellow congregants and instead went to Stanford Hospital and visited an orthopedic oncologist who performed a biopsy of a large bump on my shoulder. It was pretty clear from that visit that the results were not going to be good. And sure enough, 7 days later, he called me with a summary of the pathology report and the bad news. The following day, my wife and I were in the office of a Stanford oncologist who specializes in the tumor that I had, and she laid out the plan of treatment and timing of surgery. And she told me, calmly and professionally, that I'll start all this in 4 days, the following Monday, 2 days after Yom Kippur, when a hospital bed would be available for me. My wife, Catherine, who had been a pediatric oncology nurse for 25 years, continued the questioning and went pale at the discussion of the alternating cocktails of chemotherapy. She had given these drugs and knew the side effects. I, however, had no idea about these things, so I did what I always did during these situations. I tried to make a joke, or at least asked for an extension. Really, I asked the doctor, next week? The Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur starts tomorrow night. When that elicited no response, I continued. Did you ever see the movie Brian's Song? One of the main characters asked for a week delay in his cancer treatment so he can get mentally ready. Brian's Song was one of the great movies of the 70s. For some boys my age and generation, the most religious of movies, and the only one you were allowed to cry during. Sorry, she said, I didn't see it. You don't get a delay. You need to start on Monday. And then she looked carefully at me and added, oh, by the way, you need to fatten up. And with that, at age 57, I had doctor's orders to eat on Yom Kippur. I remember that Saturday. For the first time in decades, I was not hungry on Yom Kippur. I did not have a headache, and I needed to use the restroom because I had been drinking a normal amount of water. And I remember sitting and standing during the services feeling physically good, but frankly wishing I could be fasting with the rest of my family, my friends, the entire Beth Am congregation, and the whole Jewish world. Well, I'm here. I survived the rounds of chemotherapy, the surgeries, the radiation, and even a relapse. My hair has grown back, though my friends and family said I look great with a bald head, and it is not yet written. Hopefully there will be plenty of time to wrestle with the meaning of inscribed on Rosh Hashanah and sealed on Yom Kippur, maybe modified to be on which Yom Kippur? But in the meantime, I now always look forward to not eating on Yom Kippur. For me, being allowed to fast is special, almost sacred, even holy. The whole experience is different. Yesterday, the headache from caffeine withdrawal was a reminder that I'm still here, that there is much to be thankful for, and that we are lucky for any year in our lives where we can be part of the Jewish community fasting on Yom Kippur. As we gather tonight on the Shabbat between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, we move from the metaphor of the finality of having our lives inscribed and sealed to the idea of building a sukkah, a symbol of the impermanence of our bodies and lives. As Rabbi Phyllis Sommer wrote, the sukkah is a symbol of fragility. We build a temporary structure each year and know that it is only meant to last for a week-long holiday. It sways in the breeze. The raindrops land inside. The animals nibble at our decor. We know it could come crashing down on us. The sukkah is a symbol of uncertainty. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We only know that here and now we stand together in our uncertain structure. But Rabbi Sommer continues, the sukkah is also a symbol of hope. We build the structure knowing that we will celebrate even if it isn't perfect. The sukkah is a symbol of our strength. We build knowing that we are vulnerable. We build knowing that it may all collapse, but we still build. And that is our strength. Year after year, we build and rebuild. We share our fragile strength with others, and we grow stronger. It is exactly this fragile strength that has allowed me to approach the high holiday season in a completely different frame of mind. I now look forward to the physical and emotional discomfort as we move through these days on the Jewish calendars. I now look forward to wrestling with parts of the service I never liked or understand. I now look forward to better understanding the wisdom of our tradition that has also wrestled with both the finality and fragility of our lives. May we remain mindful of our weaknesses and vulnerabilities while we grow stronger together and be healthy enough to fast again many, many more times on Yom Kippur. Shabbat Shalom, and may you have a wonderful year.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for that beautiful and timely reflection on your own personal story, and as well as the challenge as we begin to think about our sukkahs, and we know the fragility of life is symbolized by the sukkah. If you're able, I once again invite you to rise. Words of Aleinu L'Shabeach are on page 282 or 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May be seated. Page 294 is the Mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom. If I read the name of your loved one, whether you're with us in person or you're with us on a computer or television, I invite you to rise in his or her honor. We'll then rise as one community to say the words of Kaddish together. In this period of Shloshim, 30 days since passing, we remember Elaine Selznick, Jerry Delheim, and Jack B. Zellinger. In this period of Yahrzeit, the anniversary since death, we remember with love Chris B. Acker Sr., Gertrude Enker, Arnold Baraz, Sophia Berman, Julius Blank, Dodik Borakov, Lillian Bronstein, Arnold Fail, Sarah Friedman, Stanley Goldbaum, Lev Golden, Richard Dick Greenberg, Al Gross, Mary Goralnik, Thelma Kapner, Tima Kaufman, Paula Kellerman, Jeffrey Kellman, Harris Kessler, Ann Klein, Ethel Koppelman, Golda Kress, Samuel Benjamin Kurland, Barbara Leff, Simona Levi, Michael Levin, Avram Levin, Esther Mallinger, Miriam Mebel, Raymond Malenko, Joseph Minushkin, Fanny Hoffman Moss, Benjamin Mullins, Cynthia Newman, Pearl Ogai, Ben Ortenberg, Jennifer Pestine, Bernice Steinberg-Radin, Berta Reichstadt, Miriam Roth, Ron Roth, Doris Ruderman, Alfred Schaffner, Dr. Philip Chaim Sezer, Robert Shemansky, Abraham Siegel, Lenny Sylvan, Anna Steinberg, Julian D. Stone, Max Sussman, Evelyn Tall, Robert Tolchin, Zina Vladimirsky, Maury Wasserman, Bessie Weinberg, Eunice Wollman, Yael Yagdavea, Tova Yehudavea, Yoisi Zaidi, and Pashki Zisman. If you're thinking of someone else whose name I did not read, I invite you to rise and share their name out loud at this time. We rise as one. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Bi'alma divira kirute bi'amlich malchute. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv b'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithale v'yithalal shemei kusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata b'nechemata. Damiram bi'alma b'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromaf. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Bi'al Kol Yisrael. B'imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. It's so nice to be joined by Gabe, our cantorial student, Beth Am alum on the Bima. Those people that said two redheads with beards couldn't be on the Bima together did not have that right. And for those of you who don't know, Gabe, you know we in the Bay Area, we have Steph Curry and his brother Seth Curry is also in the NBA. Well, Gabe's sister's also a rabbinical student, so you guys are like the Seth and Steph. I'm not deciding who's who of the rabbinical and cantorial world. It's amazing to always have you back, and I know you're here in honor of your mom tomorrow, who's becoming a bat mitzvah, and a huge mazel tov to all of our adult bar and bat mitzvahs. How wonderful it is that what a demonstration that you can continue to learn Torah and to engage in new challenges and new risks long into adulthood. If you're thinking about it and you see them and you're inspired, you can do that too. We hope you can sign up. Our Introduction to Judaism class starts next week, and we will have adult bar and bat mitzvah in the future. I call your attention to our monthly tzedakah. If your goal for the new year was to continue to generate the Musar identity of gratitude and compassion and giving, we're collecting for an amazing organization, Community Services Agency in Mountain View, which is a real safety net organization for the most vulnerable in our community. You can throw a few dollars into the tzedakah box in person or donate on the Beth Am webpage. Just find the donate button and find tzedakah box. As Dan talked about, Sukkot is on the horizon. We hope we can see you over Sukkot. It's just a fantastic festival holiday. The full moon will be out. We are having a sukkah at Beth Am. We're also going to put, like we did last year, a sukkah on the back of a truck, and we will be all over the peninsula with our lulavs and etrogs. Rabbi Heath will be driving it. He'll be blasting some Jewish hip-hop or something like that. And all of the information about Sukkot and Simchat Torah is also on the Beth Am webpage. We sing out with our eternal song, our hope for peace, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Join with us.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam.
Lead us, Gabe.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.